Hello everyone, welcome back to a new video, and in this video we are going to start with data binding. So first we are going to create a new project, and then after we are going to enable data binding for our project. So for that, go to build.gradle module app level file, and within this Android tag use build features, and within this build features type data binding and just set this data binding to true. So after that, sync your project and it will enable our data binding library or data binding for our project. So go in our XML part, and on the top place your cursor, just press alt enter, and it will give you suggestion convert to data binding layout. So just enter and you can see it will generate a data binding layout for that previous XML. So this is our previous XML, and all this XML going to wrap up with layout, and we have one data tag. So we are going to use this data tag within a few minutes. So in our relative layout we have our text view, and just going to give some text. So data binding, so it has a text data binding. All right, so go in our main activity, and here we are going to see let init var binding. Yep, so binding, and our data binding library is generate activity main binding for our layout. All right, so basically it will generate a class. If we are going to convert our XML to data binding layout, it will generate a data binding class for that layout. And now we are going to initialize our binding. So by using binding, binding is equals to using data binding util, we are going to set our content view. So pass our activity, which is this, and then after pass our layout id. So r.layout.activity underscore main, and remove this set content view after that. All right, so our binding is finally initialized, and then after you are going to see when we write binding and then press dot, so it will refer our text view. So our text view have id tv underscore 1. So our data binding will generate tv1 for that. So tv1, and by using text we are going to set some different text on our text view. So data binding playground. All right, so I'm going to run our application and see whether our text is changed or not. So all right, so I think our text is changed. So initially it is data binding, and when our application run, it is data binding playground. So using this binding tv1, we are going to get access to this text view. All right, so now we are going to use this data part. So here we are going to create a variable just like our layout, our Kotlin. We are going to use val and then declare some variable, and it is type of string. So we are doing this thing in our Kotlin file, but in our layout part, basically in data binding layout part, we have name and we have type. So the name is I just say tv1 underscore text, and our type is string. So wait for the suggestion and enter here. So we are going to create this variable successfully. So now time to access this variable into our main activity part. So go in here, and instead of changing value like this, we are going to use binding, and you can see over here we are getting tv1 text and type is string. So now pass data binding play, so that it will make a difference from the previous. And in here we are going to bind this data into our text. So the way we are going to bind this. Just write at the rate pair of parentheses, pass tv1 text in here. So all right, so I think this, so use string value of, so that it will convert. Okay, so I think this naming convention is making problem. All right, so now it is fine. Remove this string. All right, so this is naming convention basically. Okay, so it will same, but in here it will make a difference. So yep, we are creating variable naming tv1 text, and we are going to set data into this variable from our main activity. And after setting this data, we are going to set this data into our layout. So I think you are very well notice this. We have data and we are going to bind this data, so that is why it is called data binding. Basically this definition is coming from me, so if you have another kind of definition then it is fine, it is just from my side. All right, so now I'm going to run our application and see whether it is data binding play, or yes, it is data binding play, of course. And you can see it is data binding play. All right, so we are going to use model classes mainly, and instead of these primitive data types. So now I'm going to create a new package, and the package name is model. Just create a new class, I think car class. So the car class is very famous according to dependency injection. So write name, which is of type string, and the second is number, which is of type int. All right, so go in our main activity, and here I'm going to create a one car class. So car, and the name is Ford, and the number is 123. All right, so as previous we have data, we are going to create some sort of variable in here. So variable, and giving this variable name is car, and it is of type car. So instead of writing this long string, we have one more way. So the way is write import. This type of import in our Kotlin or main activity. For our data binding layout, we have this type of import. So we have to import by giving the type. So type is car, and accept this car. And you can see instead of writing this long string, we are simply write car, because car is imported, we have no problem. All right, so now we have variable car. In our main activity, just like previous, we are going to use binding, and yes, we have our car. Set our car to this layout car, and then after go in our text view and just remove this tv1 text and pass car dot, and you can see we have two parameters, name and number. So first I'm going to use name, run our application. You can see we are seeing our car name, and after that we have our car number. So car number, and run our application. All right, so our application crashed successfully. Yes, it is successfully, because I do this in order to show you the difference. So basically this car dot number is integer type. All right, so we can't set integer type in our text view. So in order to use integer in our text, we have string, and it will provide a function value of, or method value of, in which we pass any type of view, any type of data type and it will convert that data type into string. So right now when I'm going to run our application, it will run and our number is showing yes. So you can see it is working very well. So yep, this is a way using which you can use any kind of model class or custom class in our data binding layouts. So basically this is a very simple example. So now suppose you have a big model class and in that model class you have 15 to 20 parameters. So it is very helpful using data binding because you can simply bind our data from layout from our Kotlin main activity or Kotlin file to this layout variables, and then after access this custom model class to our whole layout. So it will basically provide us flexibility in our code, and instead of writing a lot of boilerplate code, we use data binding, so it will provide us a lesser amount of code and which is manageable very well. Thank you for watching this video.